Last week's round at Crandon saw our first new winner of the season. Zachary Goddard looked great around the dirt jumps of the unsympathetic Wisconsin truck track, but we take a very different turn tonight as the Contenders will battle here at virtual Navarra. Our venue for this evening is the virtual Navarra circuit. Built in 2010 and located in northern Spain, Navarra features multiple layouts, and its medium configuration will be run tonight, providing a well-rounded 1.6-mile track perfect for the competitive racing. This layout will incorporate 8 turns, combining fast straights with technical corners like the high-speed Turn 5 and the delicate Turn 6 hairpin. Navarra should challenge both car handling and driver precision with these 550 plus horsepower all-wheel drive Rallycross cars tonight. In NASA Rallycross, our format is as follows. We are finishing open practice shortly, which leads us into a 3-lap solo qualifying session that splits the field equally into 5-lap heat races. The top 2 transferring automatically to the feature and the winner getting 3 bonus points, and the runner-up getting 2. The rest of our drivers will be sent to the semifinals, also 5 laps, the top 2 drivers transferring to the feature, and the winners receiving a bonus point. This sets the grid for our 10-lap feature race. The points are awarded and trophies are handed out. The top 3 drivers from this evening's event will also be granted an entry into Saturday night's supercar race. The 26th season of NASA Rallycross Contenders continues tonight, live on the Automotive Sports Network with Bryan, Sawyer in the production truck, and also next to me in the commentary box. My name is Justin Robichaud as we welcome you to virtual Navarra, Spain. Now, the NASA Rallycross Challenge is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. Thank you, OSS, for your continued support of NASA sim racing, and cameras all season long on ASN are brought to you by Whiplash Sim Cams. Have your sim racing broadcast cams covered. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/WSimCams. And finally, the intro music for NASA World Feed was produced by Alex Abetti. Hello, Bryan. We take a dip over to Navarra for the road course round, and I missed the action yesterday, but I caught some of it on replay. How do you see tonight playing out, especially compared to last week's little shakeup?
Hey, Justin. I think we learned it last night. This track is excellent for racing. You can get a lot of side-by-side action here. This track has two pretty good hairpins where your exit is pretty much imperative to your lap time. And you can take a couple lines through here, but there's some bump drafting that can happen. A lot of side-by-side action. It's looking to be a great night.
So excited to be here as well. Road course rounds always get me really excited. They're a lot of fun. They shake things up. You're not really used to it, and I kind of ran out with a few laps for these guys. Managed to get up to 5th position. It's a tough little track. Those first few corners, very high speed as we're kind of watching. I think is it Jake Robichaud we're on right now?
No, we are watching Jake Robichaud
sideways as well.
You see how Chris Lynn in there just
easy to do. Yeah.
Last night you can take the lights pretty much through here at full speed, and you might lose it just a hair, but these cars are much more powerful. You can get these things sideways a lot easier.
Definitely.
And when we get that close racing tonight, we'll see people just see some people getting their cages rattled and maybe losing it.
Definitely. Looks like a top in practice here is Klaus Kreutzer ahead of Zachary Goddard and Jeff Cartwright. So that's our top 3 here tonight. But let's take a quick peek at the Drivers' Championship points here this evening, coming into round 8 into Navarra. Joshua Darnell with 168 above Zachary Goddard. Now that's a healthy points lead here. I think there is an opportunity for a clinch this evening for Joshua Darnell. I don't know quite what that is, but it shouldn't be too much for him this evening. That's quite a gap there. Matt Grove sitting with 111 in third position. Eric Dubois, 10 points back in fourth with 101. Ed Boyles Jr., 80 for fifth. The championship starting to round out a little bit here as we get deeper into it. Jake Robichaud mounting out the top 5 there. And Slapex Racing Ford, powered by TWRS, with 337 atop on Constructors Championship. And Slapex Racing Subaru, powered by WRS, with 201 in for second, and 201 tied with them for third is Saints and Sinners Racing by Subaru, powered by TWRS. So a couple teams there powered by TWRS battling for it in the championship for second position. JC Academy stands to look good if anything happens there. Bill Ford, top Subaru, 213 over 160. Sorry, with Volkswagen only a couple entries with 10 points there. Wild how this is has been shaking out this season, Brian. It's been nuts. Those points battles have kind of fizzled out a little bit, but a lot of drama still happening on track here as we watch these guys try and get some things ironed out here through the first couple corners.
Yeah. Now, Josh Darnell needs 58 points to clinch. Don't quote me on this, but I think just by showing up tonight, he may achieve that. Not 100% sure. I don't want to do all the math in my head, but yeah, I feel like if he makes the feature, it's definitely clinched. But I think just showing up tonight might be doing it.
Quite a few points ahead. I mean, it would have to be quite a field shakeup here for something to happen.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a 50-point lead right now. I feel like Goddard needs to win, and Darnell needs to crash out for anything to change.
As we look to advance the schedule, let's take a peek at programming notes real quick. Torque Sports Car Series Round 6, Villeneuve, Circuit de Villeneuve at October 24th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Victor Valley and Josh Mertz for that one. Be a great time. We should be back out of the lights and into the sun for some great GT3 racing. NASA Rallycross Supers Round 8 at Navarra, October 26th, this Saturday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. You're going to have Josh and Bryan for that one. And then our Lights series continues again. Futures and Lights, round number 9 at Barcelona on October 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern with Ethan and Victor for that one. Great little back-to-back racing with those Light series. And then next week we'll be here again for Contenders in Barcelona on October 29th. Or 28th, 9 p.m. Eastern. Bryan and myself. Sorry, getting the dates all mixed up. But it's gonna be some great racing here.
Better than you than me to read the Canadian track.
Seriously,
it's not happening here.
Villeneuve, yeah, I'm a bit of a Frenchie myself, so it's kind of embarrassing if I couldn't hit that one. As father Jake Robichaud, we're watching him round his corner here.
I think Jake was out first.
Qualifying. Looks like he was out first. He's putting some laps down. We'll see what can happen here as we ride on with him. Peek here. I'm gonna get my camera sorted so I can see what's happening now. That flying lap. He's got his first flying lap out here. We'll see what turn 1, 2, and 3 happen for him. It's a nice smooth braking zone. You don't want to get too slowed up and take a lot of time away for this hairpin. This Subaru, though, it likes to get slowed down really hard and fast, so you want to brake a little bit smoother, or a little bit later, rather. Dive it in there, get slow, and get turned really quick. Rock it off. Great transition through that fast turn 5 and into this really pivotal turn 6 hairpin. Seems to hit it pretty
Justin,
using all that.
This is the first of the 2 hairpins that really make a difference in your lap pace. This second turn here, not a big deal, but this final turn, you hit this right, you can pass somebody by turn 1 if you're right up on them.
I saw that. I saw that little dramatic battle from Matthew Grove and Jake Robichaud in their battle right at the line. So a good little over-under and some excellent runoff where this is quite a long little straightaway. Oh, over and around. A little hard on the brakes as Jake Robichaud. He manages to collect it, gets it straightened away for that corner. Still manages to go as we jump on with Cartwright now, who's sitting in third position. And it's Zachary Goddard taking the pole position with a 58.146. Still not the fastest we've seen in practice tonight, Brian, but still fastest out here nonetheless. He gives it up.
Jumps out from the second lap, and I don't know what that's going to do. If you give up your second lap, you come out of the pit, you're starting your third.
You have to start your third. You'll start your third, absolutely, the way it runs off here. So he'll only have one more shot here again as Joshua Darnell now takes pole position with a 58.077. Takes our fastest lap of the evening.
That is over a full second? No.
It is.
Sorry, I can't.
No, it's 1.46. No. It's like it's 1/10 of a second, really, is the difference here. So Zachary Goddard has an absolute chance, especially the fastest in practice I was seeing, Brian, was a 57 and change. So we'll see what Zachary Goddard can do here on his warm-up lap as we drive on with Chris Lunan. Lunan here sitting in fourth position. Looking great through turns 1, 2, riding wide in through 3 into the hairpin.
Okay. His car has my Discord handle on the side of it. I don't know how long it's had that. Well, he had his Discord status as my name for a long time. Almost like 3 or 4 months, I believe. And I did not notice it was it. So I don't know how many weeks the car's been like this.
Chris Lunan, honestly, he's one of the funniest drivers in the entire Discord server. If you get to know him and you hang out into a voice chat with him, you're you're gonna laugh. He's such a funny guy. Yeah, you're right. Blows the corner here, has to maybe not quite get the e-brake, but he locks up here into the final hairpin, crosses the line. It's not going to be better for his fourth position. It's going to be a 59.770 as he, 59.677 as he crosses the line, but it's still Joshua Darnell. Zachary Goddard here coming out of the final hairpin. Now let's see what happens here with Zachary Goddard as he rounds the final corner. Will it be better than Joshua Darnell here? It's a 58.042. Wow, and it is! He dethrones him by a narrow margin, about 6/100ths of a second here. Zachary Goddard takes that top position away from Darnell yet again here in the Endurance Cup. So round number 2 starting to lean his way, Brian.
I never know how to read this average pace thing, but it doesn't look like Darnell's having the best lap here. I mean, it says purple, but it says plus 27, so I'm not 100% sure what it means. But
we'll see. We'll find out here in a moment.
If it's faster.
Crosses the line. It's a 104.119.
Okay,
so
that
some obvious issues there. It may have been average pace per sector, Brian, possibly, but that lap quite a bit lower for Darnell had an issue there.
That's it for everybody.
Quite see. I think it is. Eric Dubois still on track, but it looks like he's just getting some practice laps in, and so is Matty Morris as we get pretty much rounded away for our heat races. So we'll let the stewards take a second here and round up these numbers, figure out where everyone's going to split down, and we'll find out what happens through qualifying. But right now, if you want to take a look at our results, we'll pull up our race results here. I think this is pretty much as solidified as it gets. Zachary Goddard ahead of Joshua Darnell here, our points leader. Ahead of Jeff Cartwright, Klaus Kreutzer, Chris Lonan, Matthew Grove, Ed Boyles Jr., Eric Dubois, Jake Robichaud, Olivia Rateau, Daryl Young. Oh my goodness, I missed it. Matthew Morris and Stephen Moreau in 13th position. So everybody pretty much done and dusted. Move this session along. There's no fresh dirt to be had. We'll get everybody sorted and ready for heat number 1 this evening. See what happens through that sorting filter. It's going to be Zachary Goddard here this evening ahead of Klaus Kreutzer, Ed Boyles Jr. in third, Olivia Rateau ahead of Stephen Moreau. 5 drivers, 3 Americans, 1 Frenchman, and a Canadian. And we've got a diversified lineup here. 1 Volkswagen, 2 Subarus, 1 lonely Ford. Five laps, and we're just waiting on our Frenchman Olivier Rateau to hop on the field here. Sorry, I said a Ford. It's actually going to be 2 Volkswagens and 3 Subarus when we get rolling here. We'll see if Olivier will make it. A minute here to get on the field. Brian, any quick predictions before he jumps on?
Klaus was putting up good times in practice, so he might be able to give a fight to Goddard. He's got the inside line if he gets a better start. if he holds Goddard wide throughout this whole first sector, I mean, he could definitely take the inside. Passing's not exactly the easiest, but you hold some defensive lines up there. There's Olivier, so we're all gridded up. But
Robichaud is in the Ford. I'm mistaken. He's not in the series. There was a Ford up there. Entirely as we roll up and get ready in their green. Great little launch from Klaus Kreutzer on the inside. Can he hold it? We will find out momentarily. He does. He goes for it, dives out in front of, but to the outside is Goddard. Not quite enough. Klaus Kreutzer will hold it through turn 3. And he'll take the lead with Ed Boyles Jr. sitting here in third. And it's quite the brawl here for these top 3. Olivier Rateau and Stephen Moreau falling out into the 4th and 5th position. This little battle here starting to heat up. Zachary Goddard wanting to give something to Klaus Kreutzer after that start as we run into another crucial hairpin. Number 6. Zachary Goddard can't do anything. Nothing there. A little bit loose is Boyles Jr. on the exit there. In the Subaru, gets a little bit spun up and has to play catch up. Kreutzer now
Justin,
looking very good though ahead of Zachary Goddard here.
I don't think we're going to see many moves on these heats until maybe laps 4 or 5. They give everybody a few laps to figure out where they're faster than other people or where they're slower, and pretty much line out their move for lap 4 or 5. Because once one person pulls that trigger, you can get a little turn into a contact sport.
Yeah, turn to contact sport for sure. All of the drivers here very, very narrow on the edge through turns 1 and 2. I love that about this track so much. It was one thing I noticed right away. I really had to ride the edge, carry quite a bit of speed through 1 and 2. Very gentle on the brakes. Again, run into turn 6. Another pivotal hairpin, but not the most crucial, Brian. There's a lot of setup to be had in the final corner. We've seen some crossovers produce excellent runs.
Yeah, on turn 6 there, you can do a lot of over-unders, but
a lot of
this last hairpin is really, if you get the better line, where you're going to get the advantage for the whole next lap.
Oh, Klaus diving to the inside.
Yeah,
like,
they're trying to break draft.
It's incredible. I love it. There's not much draft in these cars. They're quite powerful. Not that much speed, I would say. It's a little bit overzealous. Goddard great on the brakes through 2 compared to Kreutzer, but in that hairpin, they're neck and neck.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much they're getting in these. Last night in the lights, we were getting a decent amount of suck off the car in front of you.
Really, no kidding.
Yeah,
I didn't get much
than you would expect.
Practice in the few laps that I had done, so it's I didn't get much practice with it.
We were doing we get to get some bump drafting done on those two long
kidding.
straights.
And
somebody's around.
Was the car getting tight in the draft too, like on your braking zones? Were you finding that a little bit difficult?
Oh, it looks like Stephen Moreau went around to the backfield. Looks like only his own fault. So I'd like to be able to take a look at that. I think he's still having. Yeah, he's
around again. He doesn't get the weight transfer quite right through that quick turn 5 that we mentioned to get it settled for turn number 6. So he's fighting the car to get it going again here as well. Zachary Goddard still in second position, though, behind the number 77 of Klaus Kreutzer. Kraus playing an incredible match of chess now. This battle has been about the same the entire run, Brian. It's been pretty fun to watch. Zachary Goddard a little slow through this section, but quite a bit stronger on the brakes into these hairpins, so we'll see quite a bit of ground made up. Again, right here on Klaus, but Goddard can't quite make it happen on the exits here. Klaus is very good through the middle of the corners and through the exit, so if he can keep the weight transfer just right here, using up all that track and really slowing down the transfer that you mentioned before so many times. Looking very smooth is the number 77 in Klaus, so they snake again on the backfield. It's going to be white flag here, I think, Brian. It is.
Yeah, it's the last lap. Goddard's got to get close in this first section, outbrake Klaus, and
he's trying for it. Can't
he's right
quite
where he
make it
be.
there.
He should be trying to set up a better run here and then do an over-under on turn 6 here. Because
I think you're right.
I don't think you're going to be able to get the pace you need on the last turn, so it's going to be right here or nothing.
Exactly. Here or nothing, either in turn 6 or in the final turn 8. A lot of runoff to be happening there as well. He sets up. We'll see if anything happens. He's nice and tight. Loses the time, though. in a pivotal section where he needs to make it up here. This is it. If something's going to happen, I think he's just going to concede for second position and take his transfer. Goes to the inside real quick, checks up really hard. A little bit of a brake lock. You can see the smoke, but he's just going to take second position as Klaus Kreutzer wins heat number 1 here, ahead of Zachary Goddard, with Ed Boyles Jr. filing in behind with Olivier Rateau in tow. Stephen Moreau in 5th position. Exciting heat number 1. Kept it nice and close here through the first few. So that's going to be the battle here. I think that inside position, P2 almost has a little bit of an advantage. Watch that throughout the evening. We get settled in here. Stephen Moreau coming across the line to finish heat number 1 officially. Session reset here and ready for heat number 2. Joshua Darnell, this is going to be a small one. 4 cars out here. The 29 of Darnell will lead Chris Lunan, for Dubois, and Daryl Young. Little battle here. We've got Fords.
Sorry, we're struggling here. I'm trying to get the graphics back. They decided to take a vacation.
Oh. Don't like us, I see. Right, that's all right. It's a small one. Like I said again, Joshua Darnell, Chris Lunan, Eric Dubois, Daryl Young, getting ready to go green here.
Better to lose the graphics than the cars, Justin.
Boy, it's a great launch from Lunan ahead of Darnell. Looks like Dubois in the picture as well. Sneaks through the inside. Darnell getting a little bit of wheel spin, but he is confident through T1 in the launch here. Pushes the car deep in through. Chris Lunan's going to file in second position. Eric Dubois in third. Pushes hard. Gets nice and tight between Lunan, so it's going to be a battle for second here, looks like, with Daryl Young getting a little loose in through turn number 4. Around the quick turn number 5, there's a little bit of a gap made from Dubois to Lunan, but it's Joshua Darnell out and away here for heat number 2. Tight is Darnell. Gets a little wide in the corner, but still a great runoff. Keeps it a little modest here. Chris Lunan looking poised with Dubois in tow here as we enter the final hairpin for lap number 1. It's a great runoff from Darnell, and he leaves the pack in second position. Dubois gets a little bit tight and leaves a little bit of a gap to Lunan now. Lunan has a bit of breathing room. Finish lap number 1. We'll see who has the most confidence here through this fast turn. 1, 2, 3. Round made up from Lunan in 2 and 3. Dubois as well, but he's a little bit loose. Gets those tires heated up. Same with Daryl Young. Bit of screaming from the tires there as we round turn number 4 and through the fast turn 5. Left-hander here. Little late on the brakes as Young goes quite wide off onto the grass, trying to chase Eric Dubois. Very steady is Darnell Young. Nice exit on the corner. Lunan misses the apex a little bit. Has to play catch up with Joshua Darnell in the final hairpin for the second time. Get lap number 3 underway, and it's quite fizzled out now, Brian. It's basically just a single file lineup. Everybody's dug in, found their groove.
Yeah, it's pretty spread out. There's about a second between everybody. It's just going to be, can everybody maintain their speed, hold their lines, and not lock your tires. If you lock your tires, we saw with Moreau, you get them a little too hot. These Rallycross drivers might not be 100% used to not being fully back on the gas once you spin your tires, and you got to give them time to cool down.
Definitely do. You have to be easy on them to begin with, because the horsepower these cars put out, they may be small little deceiving vehicles, but light and quite powerful. They're tough to handle in those tight corners. Very easy to get loose on the exits and lose some ground very quickly. All tires breaking grip can absolutely bleed some tremendous amount of speed. Darnell Young looking great through the final corner again. Eric Dubois a little bit loose, giving up a little bit of ground to Stephen Moreau, or Daryl Young, sorry, who's clutching on, hoping for anything here to be a podium position, as essentially 75% of the field tonight here in this heat race is going to get a podium position. Eric Dubois locks up through turns number 1, goes very wide through the hairpin in turn number 3, and he's going to give that up to Daryl Young. Will he take it? They're side by side through turn 5. Eric Dubois will just concede it, but Young is very wide Might even be a bit of a slowdown there. It is. It's a slowdown for
Yep,
Gibson. He's going to have to give that up to Eric Dubois at some point. We'll keep an eye on that. Darnell Young still holding.
He might try and burn it in one of these hairpins here.
He burns it in the corner, actually goes wide here, gives the position back to Eric Dubois. It looks like he is finished with that now. That mistake all but nullified by just a little bit of a corner mishap. Darrell Young, now his tires are a little bit heating up. He's a little rough through the final corner. We're looking at lap number 5. This is our final lap. White flag for Joshua Darnell. He's a little bit loose.
He stepped the car out a little bit.
Tires through. He does.
Yeah,
he's
touching the insides of those curbs, and that's a little dangerous. You can see the car getting a little loose on the exit there.
Yeah.
I know last night touching the inside curbs was pretty much a death sentence to your lap pace, but looked like he was trying to use it to promote rotation. But I'm not a big fan of that, especially when you got a 1 second lead.
Especially on high-speed corners. On high-speed corners like that, no less, too. But seems to keep it under control here. We take a dive through the final corner. Darnell's going to keep it. No issue off the exit. Going to take the win here in heat number 2. Ahead of Chris Lunan and Eric Dubois filing in behind. Ahead of Darrell Young in 4th position. So a great little battle here. Taking our win. It's a Slaypex. Powered by Ford for P1 and 2 and Subaru P3. Definitely battling hard here this evening. Keeping it looking really great. As we are lining up for heat number 3. Getting it going real fast. Jeff Cartwright ahead of Matthew Grove and Jake Robichaud with Matthew Morris in 4th position. Quite 4 Americans, but I'm pretty sure that is 3 Americans and 1 Canadian. I know for a fact that Jake Robichaud is Canadian. Being my dad, that's one of the smaller things left to get out.
All season, Jake's been an honorary American.
Honorary American. I mean, he's been over there.
We've tried to fix it every week, and it has remained broken.
It's a great launch here from Jeff Cartwright. We file on through T1. A little bit of a side-by-side action from Grove and Robichaud. No, Robichaud will take that ahead of Matthew Grove. And Matthew Grove will file in behind. Nice and smooth here, Matthew Morris in 4th position. It's Jeff Cartwright narrowly ahead of Jake Robichaud. Jake Robichaud making a little bit of a gain here through T4. Through this high-speed T5. Oh, bit of a bump there. A little bit early is Jeff Cartwright. And later is Jake on the brakes there. As we head into T number 6. Another pivotal hairpin. Very different entries, but it's a good rocket off from Cartwright. He gains that position back, and now Matthew Grove in the picture here in 3rd position, ahead of Matthew Morris. Right on board.
Going for the over-on there. His teammate there.
He's trying it again. A little bit loose on the exit, though. He's going to give up that position. He's going to have to file in behind Jake Robichaud now. Pacing down Jeff Cartwright as we round lap number 1 in our first time at high speed through T1, 2, 3. Grove a little bit later on the brakes, going quite a bit wider, almost off the track here. Gets a little bit slowed up early and can't quite catch Jake Robichaud quite a bit over the curb. Gets the front rights up and out of the air, making a little bit of ground here on Jeff Cartwright, but it's not quite enough. To Jeff Cartwright quite wide over the grass, and he gives a little bit of room here to Jake Robichaud, but there's not going to be enough
Cartwright
in the braking zone as Cartwright's hard on the braking zone, gives us up to Jake Robichaud. Jake is a little bit squirrely on the gas. Now it's going to be side by side with Matt Grove and Jeff Cartwright, Jeff Cartwright off of it entirely, breaks up checks, gives Matt Grove that position. So it's going to be a 1-2 for Slaypex with Jake Robichaud and Matthew Grove as we round lap number 3 here at Navarra. And Matthew Grove's going to tuck in behind his teammate. And it's side by side with Jeff Cartwright. Matthew Grove here over the finish line as we get into turn 1. Jeff Cartwright, will he be as easy through turn 1 and 2? He isn't. Tries to give it back a little bit. Tiny contact with Matthew Morris as we get into turn 2. Matthew Grove now almost locks up with the Cartwright again. A little more contact from Grove and Cartwright here. The battle for 3rd is feisty. But Cartwright here giving up a little bit through turn 3 and not quite as fast in through 5, giving up some positions here as Jake Robichaud's leading it by a good 2.5 seconds here ahead of Matthew Grove, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well fight in the back there. There's only
Love
4
it.
cars,
Here we go
so if you crash out, I mean, you just don't get the better spot in the
Right, giving it
LCQ.
back here.
You're still
Goes to the
still in the front row.
inside. Will take it in the final corner. Matthew Morris doesn't have the ground to make it up. It's going to be lap number 3 here. As we roll through, Matthew Morris now gives this position up to Jeff Cartwright. Sorry, lap 4. My bad. Jake Robichaud still ahead. Locks up a little bit there through turn 2. Gets the hairpin righted. Matthew Grove still in there, but it's this battle for third that we're watching momentarily. Matthew Morris has something in the tank here for Jeff Cartwright. There's a couple laps to go. The urgency must be setting in. No doubt. This is for semifinal position.
Ooh,
off the track is Matthew
wide.
Morris. That's probably just going to be a 1X. It's not a slowdown. Gets in really deep on the brakes. Doesn't get the weight transfer right. There's a little bit of a left-right. Gets that car spun around. Loses a bunch of time to Jeff Cartwright. So that battle basically fizzled out.
I would say there's no coming back in 1 lap for two seconds.
No,
It's
not
the way they're
really.
running.
Not here. Not without a mistake. As we take a white flag. Jake Robichaud is going to be ahead of his teammate Matthew Grove in a very respectable Navarra race here, with Jeff Cartwright in third ahead of Matthew Morris. It's just a very spread out battle here, 1 second between. It's going to be a battle of mistakes here for this heat race. Heat number 3. Jake Robichaud leading this one. Looking so great this season.
Yeah.
Fantastic progress throughout. He's starting to win his heats. He's starting to win semifinals. It was a hump that I hit just before I crested that supercar hump. Good to see as he rounds that pivotal turn 6 hairpin ahead of Matthew Grove. And Jeff Cartwright in the picture now with Matthew Grove. I still don't think there's enough to happen. He's a little bit loose there off the exit. Jake Robichaud takes that final hairpin nice and smooth. Deep breath, great corner, good exit. Matthew Grove just in tow. And off the final corner, it'll be Jake Robichaud taking heat number 3 and punching his ticket to the feature race ahead of Matthew Grove. And Jeff Cartwright in third position with Matthew Grove right there in 4th. Great little battle for heat number 3. Wow. These
Apex guys have really got this track dialed in this week. They did great last night.
They ever. They've been practicing for sure, and it's shown. To get ready for our semifinal race, we might have to get the swapped as we have Ed Boyles Jr. ahead of Eric Dubois and Jeff Cartwright, Olivier Rateau, Daryl Young, Matthew Morris in 6th, and Stephen Moreau in 7th. It's a feisty battle. We've got 3 Americans, a Frenchman, and 2 Canadians. It's going to be wild. There's a Ford, a whole bunch of Subarus, 1 Volkswagen in there in the lead. And he keep it going here this evening.
Volkswagen on the front row. So
he up there.
He's got to hold them all back.
As we get ready to go. Drivers are rounding out. They're firing off. It's green flag. As we go, great launch from Dubois. He's going to make up quite a bit of ground here on Ed Boyles Jr. Can he hold the inside? It's been so strong all evening long, but it's confidence as Eric Dubois dives off, gets hard on the brakes, and files in behind Ed Boyles Jr. Jeff Cartwright. Olivier Rateau going to the inside of Cartwright. They're going to keep it side by side, but not strong enough is Rateau with that Ford. He's going to go side by side now with Daryl Young. Daryl Young way off the track now, trying to chase Jeff Cartwright for that 3rd position. As Ed Boyles Jr. way off in the races with Eric Dubois.
Daryl Young there going off track to make the pass. I'm not sure how that's going to pan out, but Olivier Rateau sending it on the inside. He's taking it right back.
Onto the
he didn't like that move.
Didn't like it at all. There's a little bit of a nudge there to Daryl Young. Quarter panel to quarter panel. Will Daryl Young give it back? There's no opportunity. We'll see if it can happen on track. Daryl Young's very hard on the gas. Going off the track now, trying to chase Olivier Rateau down. Will something happen in through the first few corners? Very likely it's fast, but it looks like Matthew Morris is jumping into the left side of Daryl Young as well. Dives through ahead of him for the moment. He make it happen. Daryl Young deep on the brakes. Great work from Daryl to keep that car ahead of Matthew Morris here through that pivotal hairpin. Great work. Gets a little bit loose.
Take Dubois for the transfer position.
Is No kidding. Daryl Young still struggling with that T5 though. Sorry, the exit of T4. He's going off the track quite a bit. As
Looks
we have
like
another
Cartwright's
side by
setting up
side.
to make the move on the inside. Oh, Dubois
Oh
just
my
rips
word!
the handbrake.
Eric Dubois needs to rip the handbrake way too hot into that corner as he gives that position up to Jeff Cartwright and Olivier Rateau.
Yeah, he gave it
now
up
going
to
up to
Jeff
the
Cartwright,
inside. Can he make something happen? He's trying. He can't. No room there ahead of Jeff Cartwright. Slams the door ahead as it looks like Stephen Moreau now drifting through the final corner along with that. So crazy battle here.
I think the biggest beneficiary of that was Rateau. Yes, Cartwright got the transfer position, but he was right there. Rateau came from, I think, 5th and came up. Now he's 3rd in contention for the transfer. He's only a half second off.
Definitely is. He is. And he's giving it to Jeff Cartwright here, so one little mistake can absolutely change the fold of this featured transfer position here with second position up for grabs, no doubt. Eric Dubois still just there in case something happens. Daryl Young struggling with that sector of the track, running off track yet again here. Deep on the brakes, giving quite a shunt to Eric Dubois as Daryl Young and Matthew Morris, almost a little spook, gets a little loose there, jumps in front of Daryl Young to grab that 5th position. Eric Dubois, benefactor here as well. You were talking about it, but oh my, quite a little bit of a shunt there. Quite a late breaking move. As we got Steve
it's not
Moreau
pulling up on
off
my
the track,
timing, or else I'd
going.
pull up for a replay. But
fine. No, it was
is that more
very
Morris
light
hitting
contact.
Oh, there it is. Morris, Moreau into is that Moreau into Dubois or no?
Moreau spun there at the end on his own, I believe.
Okay.
He was just kind of filing in behind a few seconds back. This battle here for 4th, quite spicy. Eric Dubois holding off Matthew Morris and Daryl Young off the track yet again in the same position. But Eric Dubois battling a slowdown has to take that off the racing line, gives up 2 positions. So Matthew Morris and Daryl Young now fighting each other for that 4th spot. Matthew Morris super deep in on the braking zone, gets loose, has to spin that car. Daryl Young will take it. And now Eric Dubois, just on the outside looking in, has an opportunity here in the final corner. And we're going to take up, I think, the final lap here. Ed Boyles Jr. will take the white flag. Couple seconds ahead of Jeff Cartwright with Olivier Rateau just there in case something happens. But it's this battle for 4th. Daryl Young, Matthew Morris, Eric Dubois giving it to each other. Back and forth, half a second back. Because I think he's going to run away with this one, Brian. The top 3 look like they're pretty much set, barring any instances or any errors. Daryl Young, I think, is the closest battle we have on track at the moment, holding off Matthew Morris. Nails that corner, though. Finally, turn 5, that hard left-hander, jumps into turn 6, hairpin. Right on with Ed Boyles Jr., who's finally rounding the final corner here in the semifinal in this Beetle. He's going to make it happen. He's going to punch his ticket to the features tonight ahead of Jeff Cartwright. 2 unsuspecting drivers here jumping in with Olivier Rateau. Best of the rest here ahead of Daryl Young, Matthew Morris, Eric Dubois, and Stephen Moreau. Great little line. What a fantastic little race. Kept it interesting the entire way. Sinners rounding out our top 2 for this evening. Apex Racing Subaru rounding out 6 and 7. But a quite a diverse semifinal, which is what you expect here in NASA Rallycross for our inning. So we're getting ready here to get our drivers warmed up for the feature race. We'll step aside just for a moment, check within our sponsors. Be right back for some final thoughts and a little bit of the warm-up before we get into our feature race this evening.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds it.
Side between these two in turn 1. This is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn 1, over the jump to begin the first lap, clog at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. In the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn 1, up heading to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Robbie's going to hold his spot.
We welcome you back to round 185 of the championship overall and round number 8 of the 26th season of NASA Cross Contenders here in Navarra, with Bryan Sawyer in the production truck next to me in the commentary box. And my name is Justin Robichaud, live on the automotive. Bryan, it's a lot of fun here. The NASA Rallycross Challenge is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. Thank you, OSS, for your continued support of NASA Sim Racing. Cameras for tonight's broadcast are brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/WSimCams. And finally, the intro music for the NASA World Feed was produced by Alex Abetti. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Ring the bell to be notified of our live streams on Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, along with our shorts, courtesy of Jess Rakowski. If you'd like to race in NASA, we have something for everyone. All of the info is at nasasimracing.com, and if you're an iRacing driver, be sure to get in here. We have something for everyone, even just to have a little bit of fun. Now, we're getting ready, Bryan. Got some quick thoughts here before we round out. Looks like Darnell is atop in practice ahead of Zachary Goddard, but that doesn't mean anything here with the way it's going to shake down. Like, did Darnell win heat number 2? I have to go back and look.
Yeah, Darnell won heat number 2, so Darnell will be
he's going to have that inside
yeah.
line. Ugh,
yeah, we saw Darnell.
It's almost a great spot.
Just a few seconds ago, he was sitting in the pit lane just practicing starts, so he's looking to get the best start he can. Hold that inside. I think he saw how Klaus took on Goddard. Well, no, Goddard's going to be starting in P3. Nope. Goddard got second in Heat 1. There's 3 heats. He should be starting in P5. So
right,
that should be the inside. He should be
outside.
2 rows. He's 2 rows behind Darnell. So he's a little out of place. So yeah, it's Darnell is trying to beat Klaus off the line, which yeah, we definitely saw how powerful that. Yeah, we definitely saw how powerful that inside was with Klaus taking Goddard in Heat 2 or Heat 1.
Definitely, if he can get that practiced up and get it nice and refined, there's some room there to be gained. We'll have to watch that. Looks like Darnell is chasing down Klaus Kreutzer in the number 77 here in practice, giving him a little bit of a nudge there into the hairpin. So some aggression here out on the track on practice already. I kind of love to see it. We'll see what happens as we.
It's a lot tamer than it was last night. I'm hoping we see a little more argy-bargy. Not that I want anybody to just get destroyed, but I'd like to see some confidence and some aggressive moves being made.
I know what you mean. You don't want people to be terribly conservative, and it's great to see this little battle here from Kreutzer and Darnell. This could be pretty telling of what we're going to see here in the first little bit. As both these drivers giving it their all. Kraus dipping off the track just a hair there, touching the grass. So is Darnell there through turn number 5, dipping through the turn 6 hairpin. Darnell trying a move for the inside here in practice, makes it no problem. And is that Robichaud in tow? It is. Just drifting through, but it's side by side now. Kreutzer takes it back through turn 7, up through the hairpin, but he's too hot. Doesn't get that hair.
Yeah,
this
these tires too hot.
It's great. I love it. No, this is great. This is the stuff that I like to do when I'm in practice. I'll pick somebody, no doubt a rival. I'll try and see if I can take them out on track here. It's a lot of fun to watch. Who we got here now? Zachary Goddard, final corner. Taking a little bit of a round off. This might be the final one. We only have a few seconds left here, Bryan, before we get this underway. There's not much left in this racing to go. I'm just taking a peek through the field. It looks like Ed Boyles Jr. is holding off Jeff Cartwright in a little bit of a battle, but it's just practice. Zachary Goddard pushing himself real hard, seeing what that Subaru can handle.
Yeah, I was trying to check the track temperature. It's 93 degrees Fahrenheit.
Ooh,
not super hot.
I like that.
It's not super hot, but it's getting up there to where you can start to lose it.
Number 93, I like that. It was my Contenders series winning number. The session jumps off. We got the checkered flag. We're getting ready for our feature race this evening. All ready to go, and it's quite an interesting lineup. Klaus Kreutzer in pole position ahead of Joshua Darnell. That pivotal inside line with Jake Robichaud in 3rd, Zachary Goddard in 4th. Chris Loonan ahead of Matthew Grove and Ed Boyles Jr. and Jeff Cartwright rounding out 8. It's a U.S. heavy race. Just one Canadian that I know of. 4 certain drivers are firing it up, getting ready to go here. It's green flag. Great little launch from Darnell, but so is Kreutzer.
Not the launch you wanted.
No, it wasn't. He files in behind here. Side by side from Zachary Goddard and Jake Robichaud. Side by side, Goddard goes to the inside of Darnell, gives him a little bit of a nudge, goes off the track, tries to collect it, gets back.
I think he's going to be fine. He's going to get a big penalty for cutting the track there.
He's going to get a huge slowdown. You can see him taking it off the track, but that gives Jake Robichaud 3rd position, and Klaus Kreutzer is overtaken by Joshua Darnell here in turn number 4 through turn 5. It's good. Jake Robichaud in 3rd position. Zachary Goddard by those issues 3 wide behind Zachary Goddard here with Grove. Ed Boyles Jr. on the inside. He's going to get taken out by Chris Loonan. Chris Loonan too deep there with Jeff Cartwright. Jeff Cartwright just getting it collected as well. He's going to file in behind Chris Loonan here for the 6th position, but that is quite a little battle. Chris Loonan looks like he's battling a slowdown as well.
Yeah, it looks like
Joshua Darnell leads here ahead of Klaus Kreutzer.
Looks like the back half of the field forgot it's lap 1. Your tires are cold. This is not what they're used to. Your tires are cold. If you're coming into a road racing hairpin, if you don't brake early, you're gonna slide out. Like looks like the back 2 or 3 did.
Yeah, quite a few drivers here still affected by it. Matthew Grove tough through T1 in the hairpin, but the drivers who are collecting themselves pretty quick. Joshua Darnell off the track a little bit there. Don't think it's enough for a slowdown. It's not, but Jeff Cartwright is battling one at the moment there, back in 6th position. But this battle for 3rd That's what we're looking at right now. Joshua Darnell is holding off Klaus Kreutzer, and Jake Robichaud is just in tow there in third position, holding on with Zachary Goddard trying to make a play. We jump on board here with the number 29 and Zachary Goddard in fourth position, right behind Jake Robichaud in that Subaru. And this is quite the little battle here as we round through turns number 1, 2, and
Jake's
3.
Been running great all night, so
It has been.
I don't think he's just
good.
going to move over for Goddard here. Jake wants the third place.
No, but Zachary Goddard definitely picking up some speed on Jake Robichaud. He's going to have to find a place to make it happen. That last lap there, a 59.242 for Jake and a 58.365 for Zachary Goddard. So if something's going to happen, Zach's going to have to make it very soon.
He's going to go. He's lining up for an over-under.
Is he going to do it? Jake Robichaud.
He was looking for it. Jake held that break inside.
He did.
But it opened,
a little bit of side-by-side action here. Zachary Goddard goes to the inside, doesn't make it happen. Jake Robichaud deep on the brakes. A little bit of a ledge there from Goddard. But it's Jake Robichaud strong on the exit there. But up and ahead, Klaus Kreutzer really giving it to Joshua Darnell. That's what's happening now. He goes to the inside, tries to make for something, decides against it.
Klaus fastest lap of the race that last lap.
Ooh, Klaus is fastest by about 4/10 there, no doubt. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens here. A little loose. Klaus is. Oh yeah, he's a little loose on the exit. A little bit of wheel spin. Up small amounts of time to Darnell, but he's quicker somewhere. We'll see where that happens.
Right there, we missed in turn 1 there. Goddard getting right by Jake.
We did miss.
I think Jake just went a little wide. We can find out.
Wide of Goddard now. Oh, sorry. Klaus Kreutzer hard on the brakes. Gets too loose, and he's going to give that position up to Zachary Goddard here. So Zachary Goddard will jump into second position ahead of Klaus Kreutzer. Klaus Kreutzer is now being harassed by Jake Robichaud in that third position. So the podium now under fire as Joshua Darnell slightly running away with the lead. Brian, if you would say.
Yeah, he's got 1.5, a couple mistakes in the backfield, or a couple mistakes from those top 3 or 4, giving him the gap he wants.
And with
if he holds up 5 more laps here, he doesn't have to show up the rest of the season. He's
oh, you're right.
He's champion-elect if he holds this for 5 laps, and
yeah, no
kidding. I know he's probably trying to push that out of his mind as he's racing here. He doesn't like to think about it. I just heard squealing. Yeah, I think Jake Robichaud just went a little wide there. Yeah, he lost.
Wide.
Yeah, he lost about a second there on Klaus.
Klaus is roasting those tires. That's another corner. He's burning all 4 on the exit, trying to keep up to Zachary Goddard here with that modest second position pass. I don't know if the number 77 can have. I don't know if he can hang on here, especially if we keep on with that. And you know what? He's going to bleed a bunch of time here to the number 69 in fourth position if he keeps up with all that burning up. So we'll check and see how turn 1, 2, 3 goes here. Darnell nice and speedy. Zachary Goddard setting fastest lap here with a 58.915. Fantastic lap. He's the first one to hit our 58-second tonight. So Zachary Goddard making quite a run here on Joshua Darnell. There's a little bit of race left to go.
Yeah, if I'm Jake right now, Klaus looks like he's eating those tires alive. I just kind of run my own pace, run something I know where I'm not going to kill the car, and Klaus is trying to take second. So I feel like he's going to burn the tires, maybe lose some pace there. He's been locking them up quite a bit in some of these turns.
Definitely. And the same can be said for Zachary Goddard getting a little bit overzealous on the exits. I'm watching that rubber get laid down here as he tries to catch up with Joshua Darnell in the 0-29, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We've only have a few laps left here to go. Jake Robichaud bleeding a lot more time here to Klaus Kreutzer, but can Klaus make something happen? On Goddard, I don't think it can happen. Zachary Goddard, great run here through turn number 2. Bridges a bit of a gap, gets that under a second here to Joshua Darnell, keeps it quite modest. The rest of the field kind of fading out here. Jeff Cartwright battling Chris Lunan for the 6th position, but it's an ebb and flow here. It's a battle for first that we're watching as Zachary Goddard makes
really caught up.
Has. It's about a 5/10 gap now from first to second. And last lap, Zachary Goddard was a 58.8 and 59.3 for Joshua Darnell. So if it's another reset like that, we have a few to go. There's quite a bit of work that can be done. And I think Zachary Goddard has enough time to get it dug in. As Klaus Kreutzer still holding off Jake Robichaud.
Goddard just running the fastest lap of the race. So with these setups, I think they're going to be pretty low on fuel by the last lap. These cars are a lot lighter than when they started.
Right.
A lot lighter, tire degradation pretty high.
Sure.
Cars do have a good bit of body roll there. They're not a formula car.
Oh, definitely. They need to be slowed down really hard for those corners. Oh, Zachary Goddard, a little bit of a tough time getting the weight transferred over.
I don't know. I think he's trying to set up some, see if he can find a spot to do a run.
Maybe. We'll see. He's trying really hard. Every corner looks like it's being done with haste, no doubt. The rest of the field still quite fizzled out. I'm keeping a close eye on Jeff Cartwright narrowing down Chris Loonan, but Chris Loonan's holding a good battle. No, Chris Loonan blows the corner. Gives Jeff Cartwright a little bit of an opportunity here through the final stretch as we approach lap number 9. We're going to get the white flag next time around. Jeff Cartwright could make a move here on Loonan. Will it happen through the first few corners? Loonan a little bit tough through the first zone. A little slow. Gets. He does. Going to give it up to Jeff Cartwright here through turn number 3. And it's a tough spot here. High-speed left-hander. He's going to take it for sure. As the battle for first. It's still at about half a 10. It's about 1 second now. Joshua Darnell making it up on Zachary Goddard. Sorry, a little tight in the final corner is Joshua Darnell, but it's not a whole lot. Still at about 0.7. We're gonna take white flag here now.
Last lap, Darnell was it was about a half a second last time. This time it's Goddard's 0.3 up on Darnell. He's 6 tenths back right now. He might be able to take it.
Spots. It doesn't happen at the right spots.
I'm going back to my prediction. If it's not this next hairpin, it's nothing.
No, I agree. Definitely, if there's no room for a setup on the final hairpin, there's nothing that's going to happen, so we'll see what happens here. As long as Darnell is nice and smooth, which he is, keeps the inside, good exit, holds it on Zachary Goddard. The gap now over a second.
He's
narrowly.
Got one turn left. He's
it's
champion
one
elect.
left. There's no way. And he holds it. Joshua Darnell will be smooth on the exit ahead of Zachary Goddard here. 0.8 is the gap as it goes, but it's going to be Joshua Darnell, the winner here in round number 8 at Navarra. Going to take that second round of the Endurance Cup ahead of Zachary Goddard in second. Klaus Kreutzer taking third with Jake Robichaud in fourth position. Matthew Grove rounding out fifth with Jeff Cartwright. Oh, Chris Loonan making a pass here in the final corner ahead of Jeff Cartwright. And he will take that 6th position. Jeff Cartwright will take 7th with Ed Boyles Jr. in 8th. Fantastic feature race here this evening. Joshua Darnell must be happy with that win. May not be the record streak he was looking for, but he's got a lot of wins this year, no doubt. And those points are racking up. And you're right, champion-elect is Joshua Darnell. Great win here this evening. We'll start to round up our drivers into the media pen. Get everyone going. I don't see Darnell. Like most of our top few are off. All right, Klaus is in the room now. We'll get ready to take our interview with Klaus as we wait for Zachary Goddard and Joshua Darnell to jump in. Klaus Kreutzer, do you have me, my friend? Do you hear us?
Hello, I hear you.
Hello. Great race this evening. You looked fantastic throughout the entirety of the night. Talk me through your race. you have a lot of practice? Were you feeling really good tonight?
Yeah, I got a lot of practice with Darnell throughout the week. He's wicked fast in that Fiesta, man. And yeah, we had some fun in the lights last night. I know I had fun, even though I didn't finish. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, put in quite a few laps. It's these sessions that go a little later, and the track gets hot, and it's difficult to adjust. And I smoked the tires there. I think it was fourth or fifth lap. I could not see my braking point going in. I was so close to Darnell, I couldn't see my braking point. I just braked a little too late and blocked him up and went into a drift. I was happy to have recovered that and only lost one position. But yeah, then my tires were toast. So I was just trying to keep it on the track and keep my position after that.
Yeah, the tires looked like they were a little bit tough to manage. So throughout that race, you were definitely feeling them, weren't you?
I got a friendly reminder about 5-6 laps in that that my tires were smoking from someone. Thanks, Bryan.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, the exits, like even if it's just a little bit, it's enough to kind of kill you for a second.
Anytime you chirp them, I've been saying all week, even the lights last night, all tires are on the asphalt are just rubber filled with magic white smoke, and the more magic white smoke you let out, the worse they
Worse it
work.
is. Yeah. No kidding. No kidding. Klaus, great race though tonight. Fantastic. Fantastic P3 regardless.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Yeah, all the glory to God, first of all. It's only because of his grace, love, and mercy that I'm able to accomplish anything. And my family, anybody who's watching, supporting, thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Hope it was a good show. And then everybody at TWRS. TWRS took me in recently and helped me grow a lot in these cars, which I really appreciate. Eric's been awesome. Eric's become such a good friend. Evan makes killer setups, and just like everybody on Slapex and TWRS. It's just been so much fun this season coming in, and pretty new to this, and feeling so welcome, and yeah, learning a lot.
Love it. Awesome. Yeah, it's so great to see a team kind of flourish and take care of each other like TWRS, no doubt. Well, thanks so much, Klaus. Fantastic P3 tonight. We'll see you next week at Barcelona.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate you. All right. So, yeah, looks like we have no Goddard. Not champion. Okay, I'll keep that in mind as we bring in. It looks like we're gonna skip and go right to Joshua Darnell as we don't have Zachary Goddard tonight. Joshua Darnell, our winner this evening. We're gonna skip right to you. How are you, my friend?
How are you guys doing?
Dude, fantastic. Look, a tough one tonight at Navarra. It's a little bit different than what we're used to. Zachary
yeah, for sure.
Now, but hey, look, talk me through that race.
I mean, I'll talk you through the features. Really, the feature was hectic, for sure. The track was hot, and it led to a lot of interesting, it made the lines very weird to run. I don't know what happened turn 1, lap 1. Maybe you guys can shine some light. Or turn 3, I got hit coming into it. I'm not sure who I made contact with. I'm sorry for whoever that was. But that was terrifying, but I managed to be able to pull out an overtake over it. It was hectic. I found myself having to deal with tire degradation more than I'm used to, and seeing the car actively lose grip like I was is terrifying to say the least, especially with how hot the track was. I've been practicing this track at about 60, 70 degrees, so it's been, when it's up to 80, that's hard.
No kidding. It's funny, your first lap incident was actually with Zachary Goddard. He tried to go up on the inside on you and got really, really, really loose. And I would say it almost ended his race. The fact that he came back and got second is pretty impressive there. But
yeah, 100. It was an amazing race from him. I'd love to go back and actually see what happened with you guys.
Watching it, we're seeing it live.
Yeah, I'm watching it live right now.
Little tap, love tap, easy to happen. And considering where he went and where he recovered, to come back with P2 is quite impressive.
100%, man. I mean, he ran a hell of a race. I hope him and I are chill. I hope he doesn't feel like I did that intentionally. I definitely didn't. I thought Jake was on my inside. I thought that's who I hit. I didn't know that Zach was even coming up that fast. Definitely sorry about the contact, buddy. It's still an amazing race. He showed a lot of, everyone showed a lot of improvement. Congratulations to Klaus getting on the podium. That's awesome to see. But I mean, it was hectic. I was nervous the whole time. My internet was going in and out. I was having issues with my VR headset, and I would join and have like 40 FPS, or it'd be like super choppy.
Yeah.
So, I didn't get any practice. I didn't really get any practicing because I was troubleshooting the whole time. And then I was used to setting 57s, but with the track being as high as it was, I was only able to set a 58. And Goddard was able to qualify pole, which was nerve-wracking to say the least. Regardless of how few of tenths of seconds it was, it's always nerve-wracking to not be sitting on pole. But then Klaus was able to come through in the heat and win in Heat 1, which was amazing. That set me up for being in front of him on the grid position, which on the endurance track seems to be like the most important thing.
Definitely, and that inside line on the start was pretty interesting as well. Just a crazy race overall. Josh, who'd you like to thank though tonight before we send you off for the evening?
I'd like to thank everyone at ASN for all the amazing work you guys do. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my brother Alex, my friends at Micro Center, Mark specifically, Jared, Kevin, Bryan, all the guys, Ray, James. They always support me. My manager Krista, my Jason, Jesse, Dakota, all of them. They enable me. They allow me to have off to be able to do this stuff. So I definitely want to give a big shout out to them. They really deserve it. They work with my schedule and stuff like that. So, my boyfriend Vance, and I thank my mom and dad, but they always deserve it twice. So thank you, Mom and Dad. I love you guys.
Awesome, my friend. Great work today, Josh. Fantastic win. I don't think you've clinched it yet, but there's absolutely an opportunity to do it next week.
No, he hasn't clinched.
If
We don't know
not,
how
in
our
the
own point
final
system
week.
works.
Gotcha.
You have? Sorry, is that what it is, Brian?
No, Brian said I haven't.
No, he has not.
That's all right.
Yeah, the points
Close.
that we had coming into the night were reflecting as if.
I mean, you'd have
endurance round
to
was over.
like turn it off and dumpster fire it for the rest of the season, I think, to lose anyways. So great racing, Josh. Fantastic showing here at Navarra. We'll see you at Barcelona next week.
Thank you guys so much, Brian, Justin. You guys do an amazing job. Take it easy.
Thank you, and you as well. See that? Okay. So, Goddard, you're muted. No, unmuted. Perfect. You hear us, buddy? Always takes a second.
Hello.
Hey, there it is. Hey, Zach, fantastic showing tonight. P2, you had quite an issue through T1 there. Got a little tapped into Joshua Darnell and ran off the track. So despite all that, to come in with P2 is phenomenal. Just wanted to say that outright. Talk me through that race, buddy.
Yeah, well, heat race, my pinky got stuck on my handbrake, and I got held up and lost P1 to Klaus and just rode around behind him there, which caused me to start fourth. Finally nailed the start in the feature there and got up next to Josh, and I'm sure it wasn't on purpose or anything, but he tagged my door a little bit and sent me around, and had to cut through the middle of the track to try to have a safe rejoin there. Had to clear a slowdown and everything. After that, my tires were absolutely roasting. It took forever for him to calm back down and chip away at everybody. Finally, by the time I got to Josh, the heat and the wear just kind of got to me. I had to back up my braking zones. It just got really tough to drive. But happy to come away with P2, I reckon. And I think I got the Endurance Cup win, so that's cool too.
It's exciting to see you coming in second place. I think Brian can correct me if I'm wrong. Did Zach win Endurance Cup? Okay. So you won the Endurance Cup. So that's That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's
That's great. And it's always it always seems to be a different driver that comes in and wins that endurance cup. There's somebody that just understands the car in a different regard to the RX course. Cool to see. So fantastic race there, Zach, and
thank you.
Great job tonight here taking P2 despite all those issues. Who'd you like to thank tonight before we send you off?
The wife and my dad for watching and supporting and everything. Whole NASA crew as always for putting the series on. JC SimSport and Academy for bringing me on. It's been great so far. And Crown Creamery.
Awesome. Great job, buddy. Can't wait to see you next week at Barcelona. A tricky rallycross track. So we'll see what you got. Can't wait for it. And a great week, my friend.
Alrighty. See you there.
Great job tonight.
Thanks.
Wow. Crazy racing tonight, Brian. I can't get over it. Final thoughts from you here before we take a peek here at the results.
Yeah, it was an interesting race. A lot cleaner than I was expecting, honestly. I was expecting a lot more shunts and using each other up to get those hairpins. There were a couple, but not as many as I was expecting. With these cars being so much faster than the lights and how much we saw that happening last night, I was expecting it to be a little more chaotic. But good on everybody for keeping it nice and chill.
Agreed.
It was a good race.
Agreed. Totally agreed. Fantastic race it was. All these drivers really giving it to each other and showing that mistakes can pay out dividends if you're just a little bit patient. As let's take a look at the results here. Final results. Bring that up. It's Joshua Darnell ahead of Zachary Goddard with Klaus Kreuzer in third, Jake Robichaud fourth, Matthew Grove, Chris Lunan, Jeff Cartwright, and Ed Boyles Jr. rounding out the top 8. And if you want to take away from 9 and on, Brian, how about it?
Yeah, from 9 on, we had Olivier Rateau in 9th, Darrell Young in 10th, Matthew Morris in 11th, Eric Dubois in 12th, and Stephen Moreau in 13th.
Jump over to points. Should still be Darnell with an incredible lead here out of everyone
he's
else.
Still holding a 50-point lead.
8. Wow. Out of Zachary Goddard. There's really not much that can happen here despite, some really bad finishes from Joshua Darnell. But Zachary Goddard in second, Matthew Grove in third, Eric Dubois, Jake Robichaud, Ed Boyles Jr., JP DeFino, Jeff Cartwright, Klaus Kreuzer, and Daryl Young dropping 2 positions there. Down into 10th
Hey, your dad's
position.
Canadian.
Hey, look, it fixed itself finally. So, look at that. Up there 1 position. 91 points in 5th. And team points. It's a TWRS smoke show here. Slapex Racing Ford powered by TWRS with 356 atop of Slapex Racing Subaru powered by TWRS at 226. And then Saints and Sinners Racing powered by Subaru powered by TWRS at 225, just 1 point shy of that 3rd position. So a little battle there between those 2 TWRS Super Squads. JC Academy in 4th, Mika Esports, Red Beaver Racing, TWR Super Squad, TWR Super Squad the 2nd, and yes, 2 Motorsports and Vice Motorsports. Top 10. Now, manufacturers points. It's not going to change yet again. Ford will be a top Subaru once more, 216, 182, 210. Crazy battle there. Awesome to see Ford so far ahead of Subaru with the way things have been going there. And really quickly, we'll jump into some programming notes before we head off for the evening. Round number 4 in season 6 of Torque Sports Car Series will be at Circuit Villeneuve on October 24th at 8:30 Eastern. You'll have Victor Valley and Josh Merckx for that one. And then Rallycross Supers on Saturday, round number 8 at Navarra as well. October 26th, 2 p.m., 2:30 Eastern, with Josh and Bryan for that one. A great little broadcast. Should be like this, but elevated. And then we'll be back with our lights and features and lights round number 9 at Barcelona. And that will be October 27th, 8 p.m. Eastern with Ethan and Victor for that one. And round number 9 again here at Barcelona, October 28th. Bryan and myself will be here again for some wicked action. I love Barcelona. Can't wait for it. Racing there. And all season long, the NASA Rallycross Challenge is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. The cameras for tonight's broadcast were brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. Be sure to check them out at facebook.com/WSimCams. And finally, the intro music for the NASA World Feed is produced by Alex Abetti. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Ring that bell to be notified of all of our live streams on Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday with our shorts, courtesy of Jess Rakowski. If you'd like to race in NASA, we have something for everyone. All the info is at nasasimracing.com. Get your Discord invite today. Come in and say hi. All right, real quick, Bryan. I know I already asked you your final. Barcelona, you got to be looking forward to that one next week, huh?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Barcelona. It's a tricky track, really technical. Really going to push these guys to the limit. I always say I love racing Barcelona, but only when I'm racing people I know I can trust.
Fair. No, that's totally fair. There are quite a few turns you have to really give it your all and trust where the car is going to go and trust other people's to that hairpin. So, yeah, looking forward to that one as well. But the checker flag has fallen on the evening. From all of us at the Automotive Sports Network, from Jess Rakowski, Victor Valley, Cody Urban, Ethan Halsey, Josh Mertz, and Bryan Sawyer, my name is Justin Robichaud. We thank you, and we hope you enjoyed today's coverage of NASA Rallycross Contenders from Navarra. We congratulate our winner this evening, Joshua Darnell. Be sure to join us this Saturday also at Navarra for our supercar action. And until then, take care of them.